News. Let's settle this. Who's worse, the tech bro or the finance bro? This video is an equal opportunity roast of both, but I want to hear in the comments who you think is worse. As a real estate developer who's trying to incorporate proptech into buildings we work on, YD Development operates at a cultural crossroads. We meet and work with a lot of folks from proptech startups, banks, and private equity. And for the most part, they're great people. My own background has elements of both worlds. I studied engineering and dabbled in software development, but I also studied finance, which led to real estate development. But every once in a while, I have the pleasure of crossing paths with the guys who are a little bit too caught up in their own hype. The tech bro is high on his own self-righteousness to make the world a better place, and the finance bro is high on cocaine and his own net worth. Let's start with how they dress, because they're pretty easy to spot. Both hate each other's fashion sense, but their outfits are built on signaling to their own kind. The tech bro has intentionally disheveled hair. The finance bro, meticulously manicured hair. Both haircuts cost $200. The tech bro has a posture and expression that says, I may have Asperger's, but I also have lots of money. The finance bro has a posture and expression that's trying to sell you something while also being a little bit rapey. The tech bro wears a standard issue hoodie, standard issue dark wash jeans, and a graphic tee, usually with a company logo. The finance bro, power suit, power tie, power steering. Optional for both, standard issue Patagonia vest. The tech bro wears a Fitbit to check if there's a pulse once in a while. The finance bro wears a $50,000 watch, because if you're a watch guy, you know. If you're not, well, you just don't know how much more I'm worth than you, and you're missing out on how much depth there is to my outfit. Don't worry, sometimes I tell you.
You see this watch? Yeah. That watch costs more than your car.
Accessories? AirPods for both. Footwear. Tech bros wear sneakers, usually Converse or Allbirds. Finance bros match their shoes to their belt with oversized logos to remind you how expensive they are. Overall, the tech bro outfit says, I could be a low-key billionaire, whereas the finance bro outfit says, I want you to know my outfit costs more than you're worth. Methods of transportation? The tech bro can be found on a bike share, scooter, or Tesla, whereas the finance bro rides an Uber Black or a BMW 7 Series. Schooling. The tech bro dropped out of Harvard or Stanford.
Gates, Ellison, Jobs, Dell, all dropped out of college. Silicon Valley is the cradle of innovation because of dropouts. College has become a cruel, expensive joke on the poor and the middle class.
Whereas the finance bro graduated from Wharton or Yale.
You think you're the first lawyer to try to outsmart us? We're not lawyers. We're investment bankers. We call you for the paperwork. We didn't go to Harvard. We went to Wharton, and we saw you coming a mile away.
Diets. Tech bros will pound down Soylents during work sprints to make sure they have their basic nutrition, because their mission to make the world a better place supersedes worldly pleasures. But most meals are catered. Free drinks and snacks at the office are key. Finance bros can be found wining and dining clients over steak at Michelin-rated restaurants. They need to intake high levels of protein and carbs to maintain their intensity, but they'll occasionally cleanse with the latest fad diets. They have an encyclopedic knowledge of wines. Once they have properly identified and sized each other up, they begin to travel in packs.
They always travel in groups of 5.
These programmers, there's always a tall, skinny white guy,
Short, skinny Asian guy, fat guy with a ponytail, some guy with crazy facial hair, and then an East Indian guy.
Of course, the finance bro is a little bit more uniform. What are their work habits and behavioral patterns? Tech bros' work lives are driven entirely by metrics. Teamwork is coordinated off of scrum boards or some online variant.
So, from rules-based filtering, we go to workflow, at which point that card is moved from the icebox into the in progress column, and it stays there until it is ready for testing.
The most important metrics are growing users and revenue at all costs. Literally at all costs. On the surface, tech bros seem to be pretty congenial people, but underneath, they're extremely passive-aggressive, secretly despising you for not understanding that everything they do is for their company mission, which will make the world a better place by distilling parts of your job down to an app.
We're making the world a better place. And we're making the world a better place?
a better place, a better place.
To them, your old-fashioned thinking is the problem, and they're helping to free you. Why can't you understand that this is for your own good? Also, you have to pay a chunk of your gross revenues to run the app, which will lead to your financials being worse off once their true pricing kicks in.
That's a lot of revenue. Are you profitable?
So we are on as per choice, because when you have a 40% business, when you have a margin, you can actually choose when to be profitable.
Right.
We like to hover around the EBITDA break even, and then we can choose when we want to move, where we want to move. Right now, we're in a very high growth stage of our business, and we don't see that stopping anytime soon.
Finance bros wear 120-hour work weeks as a badge of honor, and they spend most of that time on Excel when they start out, and then they shift to clients when they move up. They have no problem getting in your face about how they work hard and play hard.
Look what I found in my pocket! Look! A year's salary right here! What I call them? Fun coupons!
Their work is important because money makes the world go round, and they collect a percentage of every rotation. Outrageous humble bragging is their version of small talk, to establish financial dominance. So how long is your yacht? My first one was only a 25-footer. Do you come back from the Hamptons on Mondays or Tuesdays?
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby. You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari, 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid.
By the way, there's actually a point to this video besides hating on these guys. And yes, they are all guys because tech and finance are male-dominated industries. But if I missed any stereotypes, let me know in the comments. Anyway, embedded in the tech bros behavior is a fundamental dissonance with how business is done in real estate. Real estate developers are naturally more in tune with a finance bro because we're always raising money from banks and private equity. The partnership between landlords and bankers has existed for at least a millennium. And plenty of real estate brokers look and behave like the finance bro. But the tech bro in a prop tech company is a newcomer operating in hostile territory. The core issue is that there are nuances about real estate development and property management that take a while to discover. And a lot of tech bros identify a problem in real estate after working in the industry for only a few years, or not even being in the industry at all. Maybe they cross-pollinate their experience from an analogous solution they solved in another industry, and they start raising money to back it before discovering the nuances in real estate. As much as I'd love robots and AI to take over most of my job functions, the fact of the matter is they just can't right now because of this knowledge gap. And whether a tech bro is offering to help on the development or property management side with software, developers and owners don't have the schedule or budget to spare to be their guinea pig. Cash flowing buildings are inherently low risk investments, and the cost savings have to be virtually guaranteed to justify trying something new. If a tech bro's product needs a bunch of iterations and failures before it evolves into an obvious choice for real estate developers, then very few developers will actually sign up. And if they do, the early adopters tend to get screwed over once the real pricing kicks in, because they're stuck with a first-gen product with minimal support, or they're told to upgrade at new, higher pricing. Tech bro thinking goes like this. They have to deliver 10x returns on VC money, so they have to demonstrate year-over-year exponential growth in users. After their product has matured, if their cost to retain you as a customer exceeds their cost to provide you with a service you signed up for, then you can expect your pricing to rise or to be passively aggressively told to f*** off. Usually this is coupled with a strategy that makes it more expensive to leave than it is to stay at the higher prices, so they minimize attrition. Bro. Finance bros are egotistical assholes in a straightforward, I'm raping you with fees kind of way. But tech bros? It's almost as if you guys tried to disrupt the concept of being an asshole itself, and you succeeded in finding a totally new way to do it. So who's worse? The blood-sucking finance bro who reminds you with every ounce of his being that he's making a fortune off of you? Or the deceptive tech bro who's sacrificing you for the greater good of humanity, so he can deliver his 10x returns, which are mandated by the VCs, who are really finance bros? Noobs. If you're interested in prop tech or finance, don't become either one of these bros. But do hit that like button. Stay curious, noobs.
You wanna know what I have? A fucking car whose doors open like this. Not like this, not like this. These are not the doors of a billionaire, Richard. Fuck you.
I made $970,000 last year. How much you make? You see, pal, that's who I am, and you're nothing.
Oh, you need to not talk about
you need
like
to
that.
leave.
What's wrong with you?
Fucking Asian piece of shit.
It's impossible for you to go for a violation to go undetected.
You know what?
What?
Some people don't like to take responsibility for
I
their
take
own shit.
responsibility.
They blame everything
But
in
why
their
you
life on
sending
somebody
an email
else.
for town card?
Good luck.
Good luck to you too, but I know you don't gonna go far.
We did not cause the financial crisis. I do not think that we did anything wrong.
But when I go to Amazon now, it keeps promoting the Kindle to me, and I already own one, and you guys know
But you've
that.
only bought one.
So